What if I told you that some of the biggest black celebrities aren't just making headlines for their own success, but also for the powerful stories within their families? Behind the red carpets and flashing lights, many of their children have stepped forward to live openly as part of the LGBTQ+ community. For these stars, it's not only about fame and fortune, but also about love, acceptance, and breaking down barriers that once seemed impossible. From music icons to Hollywood royalty, their journeys remind us that representation starts at home. Get ready, because here are 10 black celebrities who proudly have LGBTQ+ children. 10. Dwyane Wade and Zaya Wade. Dwyane Wade's career as one of the greatest NBA players is undeniable, but his most powerful legacy comes from the way he has supported his daughter, Zaya Wade. At the age of 12, Zaya came out as transgender, a moment that sparked both praise and backlash from the public. Rather than let critics define their family, Wade and his wife Gabrielle Union used their platform to amplify Zaya's voice and protect her authenticity. They didn't just stand beside her quietly, they spoke loudly, demanding respect for their daughter's identity and all trans youth. Zaya has since become a role model for transgender kids everywhere, proving that age is no barrier to courage. Wade, once celebrated for his toughness on the court, is now honored for his vulnerability and strength as a father. In an era where trans rights remain under attack, his actions are nothing short of revolutionary. Supporting Zaya boldly and unapologetically redefines what it means to be a father, particularly a black father, in the spotlight. That's real greatness. 9. Magic Johnson and E.J. Johnson. Magic Johnson shook the world in the early 90s when he announced his HIV diagnosis, and decades later, his son, E.J. Johnson, made headlines for a different kind of truth. E.J. came out as gay and transformed himself into one of Hollywood's most glamorous LGBTQ+ personalities. With his daring fashion, fearless confidence, and unapologetic self-expression, E.J. embodies boldness in every sense. He's not just Magic's son, he's a star who commands attention on his terms, but their journey wasn't always smooth. Magic admitted that he initially struggled to accept E.J.'s sexuality. However, what makes their story so powerful is his growth. Over time, he embraced E.J. fully, celebrating his authenticity instead of resisting it. Today, the father and son stand as an example of transformation, showing that love can overcome ignorance. E.J. thrives as a fashion icon and television star, while Magic proves that no parent is perfect, but every parent can evolve and support their child proudly. That evolution is what makes their bond unforgettable. 8. Cynthia Bailey and Noelle Robinson. Cynthia Bailey, known for her poise and power on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, became a true role model off-screen when her daughter, Noelle Robinson, shared her truth. Noelle revealed she is sexually fluid, openly admitting that her attraction could be toward both men and women. Many families might have swept that under the rug, but Cynthia made the bold choice to embrace her daughter openly and proudly. She told the world, without hesitation, that Noelle's happiness mattered more than anything else. That kind of support matters deeply, especially in black families where discussions about sexuality often remain taboo. Cynthia broke that silence and made it clear that love doesn't come with terms and conditions. Noelle has since grown into her spotlight, embracing her identity and showing others that fluidity is nothing to fear. With her mother's support, she continues to thrive authentically. Cynthia's decision to support her daughter so publicly proves that the strongest role a mother can play isn't on TV, it's in real life, standing behind her child without shame. 7. Sade and Isiaq Theo Adu. Sade is one of the most mysterious and private singers in music history. Yet when her son Isiaq Theo Adu came out as transgender, she revealed her most human side, her role as a mother. Isiaq documented his transition online, speaking openly about the pain and challenges of becoming his true self. During those years, Sade quietly but fiercely supported him. For Isiaq, having one of the most soulful voices in music history behind him wasn't just comforting, it was life-saving. He has spoken about how her love carried him through some of his darkest moments. While Sade rarely addresses her private life publicly, her actions speak volumes. Her love, quiet but unwavering, proved that even the most private celebrities know when to step forward and stand tall. Isaac's courage and his mother's unconditional support created one of the most powerful parent-child stories in Hollywood. 6. Shaquille O'Neal and Miles O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal's towering presence on the basketball court made him one of the most dominant athletes of all time. But his role as a father to Miles O'Neal reveals a softer, more profound strength. Miles, who has embraced individuality and fluidity in his personal journey, identifies as part of the LGBTQ+ community and has stepped into the spotlight as a model, DJ, and reality TV star. His bold self-expression challenges traditional ideas of masculinity. Shaq's response has been nothing but supportive. Despite his image as the tough, larger-than-life NBA star, he shows that his true power lies in being a loving, accepting parent. Miles thrives today because he knows his father has his back, no matter what. Shaq has redefined fatherhood by showing the world that masculinity doesn't mean control. It means protection, acceptance, and unconditional love. For all his rings and records, Shaq's legacy as a father might be his proudest achievement. 5. Marlon Wayans and Kai Wayans. Marlon Wayans has always been known for his comedy, but his response to his child Kai's transition revealed a deeper side of him. When Kai came out as transgender, Marlon didn't hide or minimize the truth. Instead, he publicly embraced his child, admitting openly that he's still learning, but that love comes first. His honesty set him apart. He didn't pretend to have all the answers, but he made it clear that his child's identity was not up for debate. Kai's courage pushed Marlon into new conversations about fatherhood, acceptance, and growth. His willingness to admit mistakes while still standing firmly behind Kai is a powerful model for other parents. It proves that you don't have to be perfect to be supportive, you just have to show up with love. Marlon's comedy made him famous, but his role as a father to a transgender child proves that his real legacy is compassion. 4. Nene Leakes and Brent Leakes. Nene Leakes made her mark as one of reality TV's loudest and boldest stars, but her most powerful act of boldness came when her son Brent came out as gay. Life under the spotlight of Real Housewives of Atlanta made Brent's journey even harder. But Nene refused to let critics shake her love for him. She publicly celebrated her son and reminded the world that her family was untouchable when it came to judgment. Brent has used his platform to share his experiences, offering visibility for young gay black men who often struggle for acceptance. Having a mother as outspoken and protective as Nene gave him the foundation to stand strong. Her love wasn't quiet or cautious, it was fierce and unapologetic, just like her personality on TV. Brent's journey shows that when parents back their LGBTQ+ children publicly, they don't just protect their kids, they set an example for thousands of other families. 3. Snoop Dogg and Cordell Broadus. Snoop Dogg has built his career on being one of hip-hop's toughest icons, but his son Cordell Broadus has flipped the script on masculinity in ways no one expected. Cordell, once a promising football player, traded the field for fashion and began expressing himself through bold, gender-fluid style. From skirts to runway looks that challenge traditional norms, Cordell has embraced a path that hip-hop culture once mocked. What makes this story groundbreaking is Snoop's response. Instead of shaming his son or forcing him back into a traditional role, Snoop showed support. For a rapper who came up in an era of hip-hop drenched in homophobia, that kind of acceptance was shocking and inspiring. Cordell's fearless authenticity, backed by his father's love, represents the evolution of both a family and a culture. Together, they prove that masculinity has no limits, and that fatherhood means embracing every part of your child's truth. 2. Denzel Washington and Katia Washington. Denzel Washington has always protected his private life, but his daughter Katia Washington has embraced her truth as a lesbian, living openly and unapologetically. While Katia keeps a low profile and focuses on her work behind the scenes in film production, Her identity as an LGBTQ woman is part of who she is. Unlike some celebrity parents, Denzel hasn't felt the need to make public declarations, but his quiet support speaks just as loudly. Katia thrives in her career because her family foundation has given her strength. Denzel, who has built a career playing men of strength and honor, has extended those qualities into his role as a father. His unwavering respect and acceptance of Katia's truth show that support doesn't always have to be loud, it just has to be real. In Hollywood, where image is everything, Denzel proves that true strength is shown at home, not on screen. 1. Mike Epps and Maddie Epps. Mike Epps has built his brand on laughter, but when it comes to his daughter Maddie, there's no joking around. Maddie came out as part of the LGBTQ+ community, and Mike wasted no time making it clear that he supported her completely. He has said that his kids deserve the freedom to be themselves without fear or restriction, and Maddie embodies that truth. For a comedian who has spent his life in the spotlight, Mike knows how hard Hollywood can be for young people. That's why his backing of Maddie carries so much weight. His acceptance gives her the strength to walk proudly in her truth. Maddie shares glimpses of her life online, unapologetically embracing her identity, and her father's love ensures she never has to hide. Mike's message is clear. Real men don't fear their kids' differences, they celebrate them. That's how he defines family. These stories prove that fame isn't just about awards, box office hits, or chart-topping records. It's also about shaping the world for the next generation. By standing beside their LGBTQ+ children, these Black celebrities show that love, acceptance, and courage matter more than anything the spotlight can bring. But here's the real question: if stars with so much pressure on their shoulders can embrace authenticity, what's stopping the rest of us from doing the same? If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more eye-opening stories, and share this video with someone who needs to see it.